Hi, and welcome to the next Activision project. This project starts on Monday, May 13th, and we need to try and visit all the stores as soon as possible. For this project, you will be receiving a box, one per store. So if you're visiting 10 stores, you will receive 10 boxes like this. If you are doing multiple store visits for this project, you will receive one box that will say Master Box Open First, and then a bunch of other boxes that look like this, but without the sticker. Open this box first because inside you will have the main poly bag with all of your instruction sheets, manual, rubber bands, return shipping, all of the contents. Make sure and open this box and go over what's inside of the poly bag to make sure that you have the correct contents. The number of approval pages match, your number of work orders, and etc. If you're missing anything vital, please email us at projects@instarfocus.com or give us a call right away. If you're missing something that's attached to your work order, simply print it at home. If you are visiting many stores, this box might arrive flat in a bundle, and you will have to build them at the store. And we will ship you packaging in a separate box. So make sure when you walk into the store, you have one box like this. You have at least one sheet of bubble wrap. Make sure to have a manual. We're going to give you one manual for your entire project. This will be uploaded to your work order. And make sure that you have an approval page, one approval page per store. In addition, when you walk into every store, make sure you have a blue label and a UPS return label, because you will need to pack up the electronics, package everything in this box, apply these two labels, and leave this box in the back of the store for return shipping back to us. Now, these return labels are store specific, so use the correct return shipping label at the correct store. And finally, make sure you have at least 2 rubber bands when you walk into a store and 2 different Allen keys. One Allen key is to remove this left side panel, and the other Allen key is to remove the left and the right speakers. As always, the manual and the approval page work together, so make sure you have both when you're at the store. For step 1, you have to log into Lelo. Also, make sure when you're walking into the store that you walk through the exit doors so the counter doesn't count you as a customer. Check in with a yellow security shirt when you walk in. Let them know that you're at the store working on Activision display. And it's a vendor-provided, a VPP vendor-provided part recovery, that you will be taking some electronics from a display, packing them up, and leaving the box at the store in the back room for UPS pickup. Make sure the yellow shirt knows about this, because they're in charge of security at that store, and they're going to question your activity. Let the yellow shirt also know that if they can tell the store manager, that would be great. If the store manager is readily available, let the store manager know that the display will be non-functional after your visit, and again, that you will be leaving a box at the store for return shipping. For the next step, you will need to locate this display, and we will begin by working on the base deck. So the store power provides power to this display at the bottom, and we will show you how to disconnect it from the main store power first. Before you do anything on this display, you want to make sure that power is off. First, we're going to release the base deck from the uprights. What you want to do is you want to lift each side up and pull forward. You want to lift it up and move forward. Once it's released, you want to pull this whole thing forward. So you will see there's a little hook here. And this is why you need to lift it up and forward to release this hook from this gondola. Next step, you want to flip this way. When you flip it, make sure that this cord and all the other cords aren't being pulled. And this is how you want to leave it. Here, this power supply, it has a rocker switch. It's right here. You want to turn this off. Once you turn this off, the whole display will turn off. Next, we'll be removing the speakers. You need the speaker Allen key. And we're going to be removing these two speakers. Each speaker is over here. So what you want to do is you want to use the provided Allen key. And you want to release these screws. When you're releasing the last one, the speaker will let go. You want to be very careful with these speakers. You want to pull out these cables. And the first one is released. And you want to work on the next one. So same thing with this guy. You don't really care about the screws. You just care about the speaker. Again, be careful. When you pull them out, these just disconnect like this. Once you have the two emitters, you want to put them together like this. You want to grab your rubber bands. You want to put one rubber band on one side. And you want to apply the second rubber band alongside. As you are pulling parts from the display on the approval page, check off what parts you've pulled in. Make sure to fill out the work order number, store number, and date. Next, we're going to focus on the amp module with the power supply. The amp module is right here. It's Velcro down to the display. So what you want to make sure you do is you pull it down. So to release it, you gently want to push it down. And again, the Velcro is very aggressive. So you want to release it. These are the two Velcro pieces. You want to disconnect all the cables from it. And you have the power, the amp. Next thing will be the power supply for the amp. This is the brick style power supply. You want to make sure to fish out the power cord. Okay. And make sure to unplug it from the power strip as well. So this is the amp. This is the power supply. So we want to check this box. Next, we want to get these RCA cables. These are the black and red cables. There should be 4 of them. Again, if you have side cutters, that would be helpful because there might be zip ties. Okay, so here's our RCA cables. We can check that box. So that's basically, so these parts at the top are all inside this base deck. There's nothing else that's here that we would like. In a lot of the stores, there's a wooden box here. We don't want that. So basically, once you pull the speakers, the amp, and the RCA cables, what we show right here, you want to put back the base deck to where it was. To do that, you want to just flip it back up, and you want to line it up around the baskets, and just push it all the way back. Next, you want to grab the graphic panel Allen key and remove 4 screws. You will be putting this back in, so remove everything careful. And okay, so now we remove this, put this somewhere safe. Make sure to save your screws and the Allen key because we will be putting this back. Okay, as soon as you do that, you will have access to the media player. Media player has HDMI cable connected to it and power disconnected. You will be recovering this. Make sure SD card is safe. This little Wi-Fi dongle is safe. The power cord and the HDMI cables, we do need to recover them. So make sure to feel this HDMI cable is connected to the TV. So you just want to reach inside and unplug it from the TV itself. So this is the HDMI cable. We want that back. And the power cable for the media player, it looks like this. It's a little USB cable, and it's right here. So you want to just double check, make sure you're pulling the right one. And here it is. So let's now check off these parts on the... So we have our media player, we have our power supply, we have our HDMI cable. Last step to pull is this cable right here. Now this end, the end that's red and white, is in the base deck. It's in this bottom part. So you might want to release this before you put it back. So I just did that, and here's the cable. The other part of this cable is connected to the TV. In some TVs, it's connected right here. Most of you will have it connected to the side of the TV. And in some cases, it's connected to the bottom of the TV. There's two different versions. Our version right here, it's connected to the bottom. So I just disconnected it. So this is the last cable you need to pull. This is, again, our approval page. So you want to just mark it. So now I just checked all of my boxes. And you want to put this all in one spot. Next, you want to put this left side panel back on. So to properly package this, you want to put some bubble wrap at the bottom. Every store has bubble wrap or some type of paper. Then you want to put your speakers at the bottom. You want to put your amp over here. You want to put your media player right here. Power supply. Another power supply. All the cables on top. And you want to make sure you cover this with enough packaging. So keep adding packaging until this is all flush. Okay. Make sure, again, this box is completely flush. So you know this. If you don't hear anything moving, that's the goal. You don't want anything moving inside the box. Ask for the tape gun. Every store has one. Tape it really well. Again, you want to make sure it's all shut. You want to apply 2 labels. Apply both of them next to each other. And show this to the blue shirt in the back room that this is for UPS pickup. It's a VPP recovery. And this is now ready for UPS to pick up. When you're at the store and you're packaged everything for return shipping and you still have these boxes with the shipping label that the box arrived to your house, what you want to do is you want to take this blue label that was provided to you and make sure you use it and cover the shipping label. It's very important that you cover this shipping label. And the return shipping label back to our facility is RS, return shipping. You want to apply that next to this blue label. And this is how you want to leave this box in the back room at a Best Buy store. You want to make sure that the person in the back room at Best Buy is aware that this is for UPS pickup and it's a VPP recovery. For your photo expectations, make sure to take a photo of this display before you begin work. Take a picture of this display before you leave. Make sure to leave it with product merchandise, even though it's not working. Make sure that display looks organized and clean. And make sure to take a picture of this box in the back room where you left it. This will indicate and show us that you left it at the store and where. So if the store for some reason does not ship it back, we can follow up with the store. And that basically concludes the scope of work with this display and parts recovery. Next would be the step 4 of your instruction sheet. We need you to audit all of these games and make sure that they are on the sales floor. if you look for these SKU numbers and they are not on the sales floor, for example, a lot of stores don't have PC version, it's okay, just indicate on your approval page whether the SKU is on the sales floor, whether you help the store bring more games out from the back room to the sales floor, or if it's a PC version of the game and it's just not available at the store. A lot of you know how to use ETK because you can log into Best Buy system, enter the SKU number, and it will tell you how many the store has and where they are within the store. So you can use that system. At the end of your service, review your scope of work with the store manager. Make sure your store manager knows that there's a box in the back room with a UPS label, and there are only VPP parts inside that box shipping back to the Activision vendor. If the store manager wants to see this display, show the fact that it's not working and that it's organized, and get their approval. Take a picture of the approval page, upload it to the work order. There's some custom fields related to these games. Answer those, and that will conclude your scope of work at the Best Buy store. On behalf of everyone at In-Store Focus and Activision, we want to thank you for doing our work orders. If you have any questions, please contact us at our phone number or our email, and we will get back to you right away.